Durban, South Africa's cultural and tourism hub on Africa's east coast. Lockdown may have slowed the usual crowds. The much anticipated Point Beach development is waiting to welcome visitors to the longest beachfront promenade in Africa. Now more than ever, it's time to get to know your Durban. The canal walks of the Point development bring a modern waterfront feel to the city. At the heart of Durban, the City Hall dominates Farewell Square, the site of the first European settlement overlooked by the clock tower of the original town hall back when Durban was known as Port Natal. The early history of what was Port Natal can be seen at the Old Courthouse Museum, providing visitors with a fascinating insight into Durban's early development. Within the City Hall precinct, the Natural History Museum houses displays of creatures great and small, an intriguing collection of indigenous bird life and wildlife. The Art Gallery, just one floor above, is a quiet space where visual art exhibitions allow the work to speak for itself. A short walk from City Hall reveals diversity in the city's architecture, history, and unique cultural influences. The KwaMuhle Museum brings Durban's modern history into perspective, exposing the hardships which both the Durban system and apartheid imposed on its people. Warwick Triangle's vibrant trading point marks the edge of town, leading out of the city and into the suburbs. Florida Road's eclectic cafe society mixed with Victorian, modern and turn-of-the-century architecture typifies Durban's inner heartbeat and street life. A hidden gem amidst the architecture and high-rise buildings of the Berea, Durban's botanic gardens are the oldest in Africa. The collection of plants from around the world have grown to create a peaceful oasis in the middle of the city. Travelling through the shady suburbs of the Berea to Glenwood, another of Durban's hidden gems brings vibrant colour and culture to these quiet streets. The Panzi Museum, a collection of authentic African art and crafts collected over a generation, exposes the intricate beauty of traditional beadwork and celebrates Zulu heritage. As a port city, the harbour is always a prominent feature. The embankment leads to a historical treasure trove, the Maritime Museum. Exhibits bring alive seafarers' tales and the harbour's history, which led to Durban becoming a vital port of call. All this history set amongst scale models and real vessels. Durban's winter months are whale time, so a whale watching trip is an absolute must. Wilson's Wharf is the place to find your captain, and the thrill of the cruise out to sea is only shadowed by the incredible ocean-based sightings. The imposing edifice of the Bluff offers fantastic whale spotting vantage points. This area has recently been proclaimed a whale heritage site, one of only 2 in the world. The whale statue on Marine Drive points towards ocean treasure of another kind. A secluded path flanked by tropical bush takes on the air of a pirate's secret hideaway. And there is treasure to be found, only this is Treasure Beach. Millions of years of ocean tides have eroded away at the sandstone rock and ancient seabed to form pockets of pools which at low tide expose the Indian Ocean's own treasures. A short drive down the coast is a diver's paradise. Allowell Shoal's world-renowned diving spots offer close encounters with sharks, and even the famous sardine run for both divers and non-divers. Moving inland lies a sanctuary dedicated to preserving the city's natural spaces for people to enjoy alongside our wildlife. Kenneth Steenbank Nature Reserve, managed by Ezemvelo, is a pocket-sized paradise offering walking, cycling, and access for the disabled via wide pathways and guide rails. The original homestead is also Durban's only castle, a beautiful stone structure hidden amongst the magnificent treed gardens. The original workshops hold their own history, a private art collection put together by Mary Steenbank herself. At the north end of the beach promenade, Moses Mabhida Stadium stands majestically as a major focal point. Discover the history around this great man at the museum just a few meters away from his statue. Moving northwards along the coast, the village atmosphere of Umhlanga offers a holiday haven that appeals to everyone. A walk from the Whalebone Pier along this shady promenade gives easy access to hotels and beaches. Just beyond the promenade, visitors can escape the tropical heat and crowded beaches in the pristine Hawaiian coastal forest. The winding forest paths lead onto a miniature estuarine wetland separated from the ocean by sand dunes. Calm and tranquility are the qualities associated with one of Durban's most influential residents. It's almost unbelievable to think that Mahatma Gandhi spent most of his time in rural Inanda, and that it was here where he was inspired to develop his early passive resistance ideals, for which he would become a world icon for peace. A visit to the Gandhi settlement offers a fascinating insight into his lifestyle here in South Africa. Literally a few streets away from the Gandhi settlement is the Umhlanga Institute, the first African educational institution established by John L. Dube. Adjacent to the institute is Dube's original home, now a museum honoring his rise as a political leader and founding president of the South African Native National Congress, the forerunner of the ANC. Out of respect, Nelson Mandela chose Umhlanga as the place to cast his first democratic vote in 1994. Moving to the west of the city, Giba Gorge attracts outdoor enthusiasts keen to blaze their own trail. Whether it's testing your skills on the BMX track, enjoying a relaxed horse ride, exploring trails on foot, or venturing out on mountain bikes, getting out into nature here is done at your own pace. And whilst the adventurous find their stride, the picnic areas and on-site facilities make Giba a venue that the whole family can enjoy. One of Durban's most historic treasures can be found in Kloof. The Umngeni Steam Railway preserves some of the oldest railway track and rolling stock in South Africa. A timeless trip up some of the steepest track in the country is rewarded with beautiful vistas across the Valley of 1,000 Hills, before stopping at the original and beautifully restored Umhlanga station. Visit the old station master's house to see the collection of railway memorabilia collected by the dedicated volunteers who work tirelessly to keep the steam history alive. A game viewing opportunity within 30 minutes of Durban is a rarity second to none. Pezulu Safari Park's drives are set amidst some of the most spectacular scenery. The Reptile Centre provides close-up opportunities to learn more about the crocodiles and snakes. A unique Segway trail adds to the thrill of traversing Pezulu's natural landscape. Local arts and crafts support the local community and provide visitors with a special memento. Overlooking the endless rolling hills at Pezulu, it's impossible not to appreciate why the Zulus called this land the place of heaven. This is Durban, a city filled with hidden gems waiting to be explored. Now is the time to rediscover Durban.